Okay, I will start my presentation in 3, 2, 1. The fact that more than 3 million individuals develop STEMI each year in 2022 needs full attention. The problem focuses in low-income countries, where the number of cases happening in low-income countries is far more than in high-income countries. STEMI is a condition where coronary artery blockage happens and causes damaged heart muscles. If late to be treated, STEMI could lead to heart failure in 1 to 2 hours after the symptom onset. The morphology can be seen through an ECG represented by the ST elevation on electrocardiogram. Comparing between the advantages and disadvantages, ECG is simple to operate, non-invasive, real-time, and affordable. However, the usage is very subjective to clinicians. Human error in clinicians could possibly happen. Delay in diagnosis is also a challenge, considering STEMI is very urgent. Additionally, some cardiovascular abnormalities also have similar appearance in electrocardiogram with STEMI, such as the disease on the slide, adding to the difficulty to diagnose STEMI through ECG. These conditions underlies the 5 to 15% misdiagnosis cases in emergency situations. On the other hand, the development of artificial intelligence has now invaded massively to the medical field. We need to put innovations on this. Therefore, I proudly present our study, Diagnostic Test Accuracy and Reliability of Deep Learning Model to detect ST elevation myocardial infarction from electrocardiogram, a systematic review and meta-analysis. This study will evaluate the accuracy and reliability of deep learning model to detect ST elevation myocardial infarction from electrocardiogram as a second opinion for clinicians. The analysis used the Cochrane Method Screening and Diagnostic Test or PRISMA DTA guidelines. The literature searching was conducted on several databases involving PubMed, Cochrane Library, and Scopus with the keywords such as follows. The papers involving deep learning to detect STEMI in ECG compared to the diagnosis by cardiologists will be included. However, papers under 2014 and not observational studies will be excluded. Incomplete data in either specificity or sensitivity will be excluded. After filtering the studies, we got 20 studies to analyze. The data are calculated to give true positive, false positive, true negative, and false negative. Bias assessment is performed using QUADES-2. Sensitivity analysis is done to reduce heterogeneity, and 2 subgroup analyses are also performed. Publication bias is determined by Dick's funnel plot. From QUADES-2, 20 studies are of moderate to low risk of bias, making this study high quality and reliable. Here are the extraction table of 20 studies. Dear jury, the sensitivity outcomes in the geography subgroups show high heterogeneity. Consequently, we perform sensitivity analysis and excluding some outlier studies for reasons that can be seen on the following slide. After sensitivity analysis, the heterogeneity in the 3 subgroups was negligible, with the subgroup difference test showing a significant difference. The plot implies that sensitivity of deep learning to diagnose STEMI in Asia is the highest at 96.2%. The specificity outcomes in the geography subgroup show high heterogeneity as well. After conducting sensitivity analysis, the heterogeneity was then negligible, with test for subgroup difference shows a significant difference among the 3. The plot also implies that the specificity is the highest in Asia at 99.3%. Analysis of the DOR values in the geography subgroups show high heterogeneity, so a sensitivity analysis was performed. Considering the significant difference in test for subgroup difference, DL has the highest discrimination power in Asia. Dear jury, the summary measurement of diagnostic test accuracy is calculated by estimating the area under the curve on the summary receiver operating characteristic curve. The AUC value obtained is 0.934, which is close to 1, indicating a high discrimination power between STEMI and other ST-induced abnormalities. The funnel plot shows outliers such as follows. The funnel plot shows a symmetrical distribution, indicating potential publication bias. Subgroup analysis is also done on the locations of the occlusion. Test for subgroup difference shows no significant difference in DL sensitivity to detect STEMI, regardless the occlusion location. The same applies to the specificity and DOR, no significant difference in its performance. SROC curve shows high performance at 96.7%. However, some subgroups are still of high heterogeneity. We cannot perform a sensitivity analysis here due to the number of the studies for occlusion subgroups are below 5. This funnel plot shows minimal publication bias. We can see the workflow of a deep learning model developed to detect STEMI using ECG data. The process starts with the training set, where labeled ECG signals are collected. These ECG images are then processed to extract key features, such as the ST complex, which serve as the main representations of the data. These automatically extracted features are used in the classification training process to distinguish between patients with STEMI and the controls, other types of ST-induced abnormalities. The model is tested with a test set others is the increased TB prevalence in Asia, with high-risk factors such as diabetes, hypertension, and smoking, increasing the amount of datasets available to train the deep learning, thereby increasing the accuracy of the diagnosis. However, in Europe and America, the prevalence of STEMI decreases. Cost efficiency of the application of deep learning to STEMI are D2B. For STEMI patients, every minute of delay in restoring blood flow increases the amount of heart muscle damage. Faster treatment reduces mortality and long-term complications. When patients receiving timely PCI within the right time, it will reduce 1 year mortality of STEMI, reducing length of hospital stay, and finally, lesser usage of medications, which in the end saves a lot of money. In conclusion, early diagnosis reduces the number of mortality and the cost for treatment. The strength of this study is it's the first meta-analysis to measure the accuracy of deep learning to detect STEMI based on ECG. Additional analysis such as sensitivity analysis and subgroup analysis is also performed, and highlights of each study is summarized. However, there are limitations on the study, such as the diverse types of deep learning used and the difference of total sample. So the conclusion of this study is deep learning is proven to be accurate to diagnose STEMI as a second opinion for clinicians. The performance of deep learning is proven to be the best in Asia compared to other continents. Regardless of the occlusion location, deep learning can perform equally across various locations of occlusion. Dear jury, that's the end of our presentations. Thank you.
Thank you for such a valuable information. Do you have any comments or any questions?
Thank you for the very interesting topic indeed. I wonder about whether those deep learning techniques, are they using the same algorithms first? And the second question is that, are they all validation study, or they just develop their own algorithm and test within their own set? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, jury, for the questions. As we can see here from the 20 studies that we include, they are using a different algorithm. And some of them use validation tests that will lead to high accuracy, and some of them don't use the validation test. This also will lead to high heterogeneity, which in the end we perform sensitivity analysis to reduce the heterogeneity.
I think you may need to do a subgroup analysis based on the algorithm used, and for like whether the study is like external validation or of the algorithm or not. That would yield interesting result as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.